What up? It's AaroniMoses, and this is for all the people who are new to the practice, all the people who want to get a part of the spiritual community and want to start doing things spiritually. There's no turning back, and I'm gonna break that down in different segments because I have my notes. But first, I want to tell you that there is no such thing as free game. All knowledge has consequences. Whether you have the information in your mind and you just let it go dormant and now it's just subconscious and something that you don't consciously think about and something that you're not consciously aware of constantly, or you actually put these methods and these techniques into action. You knowing something takes an emotional toll on you or a mental toll on you, and it has the potential to change your life with or without your permission. Okay, so I need you guys to nerd the fuck out. I need you to do research on everything people tell you before you start doing them. Okay, opening your third eye and plugging yourself into certain spiritual activities and spiritual functions has consequences. Once you open the third eye, once you do certain kundalini activation techniques, once you do certain things and open certain portals, there's no turning back. Your life's never going to be the same just because you have certain knowledges, just because you opened your third eye and you think you closed it because you got scared or you injured yourself and you think everything's okay. This was just a horrible fucking dream. It doesn't work like that, bro. It's things I know about this world and other things and other places that affected me in a way that I can never view this reality. I can never view life the fucking same. It's pretty much like being famous. Like how famous people describe being famous. They can never just walk down the street again. They chose fame over having a normal life. They can't go to the store anymore. They can't buy their own motherfucking shoes anymore. It's you can't just turn your fame off. You could put on a disguise all you want. If you've ever if you read about how Marilyn Monroe back in the day, she turned off her charisma. She put on like glasses or she changed her hair and she did something different to her image. But she she turned off her charisma and was in her own bubble and nobody noticed her. But when she was wearing the same thing and went on a different street, she reinforced her confidence and let it back out. And everybody knew it was her. That's not how it is, bro. That's not how spirituality is, man. I'm telling you. Once you open certain portals, it's a floodgate, bro. You can't reverse it. You can't unlearn what you've learned. It's impossible. You're always going to have it. You're always going to have it. So if you don't know if you want to open your third eye or not, it's not a tattoo. It's not a puppy. It's not like a dog. It's not like a having a child. You could just put them up for adoption. It's pretty much more like that than anything. Because you're always gonna know this is this child. I had them. I gave them away. I don't know what they're doing. They could be dead. They could be in a horrible place, or they could be somebody that I've seen on TV or some rich person I've seen in a limo. I didn't even know if that was my kid or not. Okay, you're always gonna know. I'm a parent. I gave my kid away. All right. Next, I mean, if you still do want to go along with the whole third eye opening and getting into spirituality, tapping into Kundalini energy and your God chi and stuff like that, breathing exercises, you can't just stop. If you do just stop, you're going to go fucking crazy. Like I'm gonna give you a very light example. I like to do yoga and Tai Chi. When I do yoga for even a week, but when I do yoga for like 2 weeks every day, a month every day, and then I just stop for like 3 days, I don't have any fucking energy. My fucking bones start cracking and my body hurts and I feel fucking weird and my right eye starts twitching and shit. And that bothers me a lot, but it doesn't bother me as much as a lot of people doing things like my the one cousin I keep telling you guys about. He put me on yoga. He was doing yoga every fucking day for like an hour. He had the mind power to meditate and sit in a room for 2 or 3 days. No food, no water, just meditate for 48 plus hours. Now he stopped doing all of that. He stopped doing all that, started smoking cigarettes, started doing all kind of drugs, even joined the fucking army. And now the army, now he's taking schizophrenic pills like he doesn't know shit about the world. Tried to kill himself multiple times. And that's the consequences, bro. You can't just raise your vibration up here and then, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. Once you do it, it's there. You have to keep with it. So consistency is not a strength of yours, or you having your own identity and shutting the rest of the world out so nobody else can infiltrate your fortress, or get into your head and make you want to do some low vibrational shit. Then don't start with spirituality, because you're 110 times out of 100 times gonna be a worse person. You meditate every day for fucking 3 months, and then you just stop, you're gonna have some kind of addiction issues. You're gonna be depressed. You're gonna start, something bad's gonna happen to you 100% of the time. You can't just stop, bro. This is for life. This is for lives. Okay? Spirituality, meditation, yoga, anything higher vibrational like that is worse than fucking heroin. Heroin, you do too much heroin for too long, you're gonna have to have some kind of opiate in your body or you're gonna fucking die. From what I've heard. Okay, you're gonna be on methadone and fucking patches and shit for the rest of your life. You're gonna have to go to the doctor and get a prescription for synthetic heroin, and you're gonna have to take that every day or you're gonna goddamn die. And you don't have any other option. That's what meditation, spirituality, and yoga will do for you. So if you're not ready to commit for life, this is bigger than a marriage. This is not a tattoo. It's not a puppy. This is your soul. Your soul, when you open certain portals, it's there's a force that needs to be recognized inside you. It needs to be fed. It needs to be nourished. Okay? The last thing I want to tell you guys is, if you get a certain strength, let's say you're consistent with your spirituality. You do your breathing exercises and your tantra and your yoga, your meditation and all of that. You're working with your stones and all of that consistently. If you are working on your manifestation powers and you're doing spells, if you if you're strong, let's say if you've been doing this for 5 years, which you probably shouldn't need to hear this, but if you're super strong and manifestation is just an ability that you just have naturally, and you want to manifest something big or even a person, you have to be consistent with that spell. You cannot say to yourself or to the universe, all right, well, the spell probably didn't work. The visualizations are probably, not good enough. I'm probably not chanting hard enough. So you know what? Fuck it. Instead of manifesting this, I'm gonna try to manifest that, and then maybe I'll get that. No, don't do that, bro. It's the same thing. Once you open that portal, your spell is going to work inevitably because you put enough power into it, and it's real somewhere. You just haven't been patient enough to give it enough gravity. Maybe you gave it enough gravity, and now you're not even interested in it anymore because you gave up on it. Not because it hasn't happened, but because you just don't give a fuck anymore. You realize, hey, this shit, all this time I've been meditating and my vibration was higher than when I initially wanted this one thing. I don't even want it now. It's still gonna come. But the thing about it is, when it comes, it's gonna be fucked up. It's gonna be the version of it that you did not want. It's still gonna come. If you wanted to manifest a wife with this and this and this, all these things, all these personality traits, or a car, You wanted to manifest a Ferrari? Nah, a person. A person's a better example because I can relate to that. You're still gonna get that one person, and you're gonna realize if you meditate, you're gonna feel that energy signature on that person. You're gonna feel the energy. You're gonna see certain personality traits, and you're gonna be like, "Fuck, I manifested you. You're supposed to be the one I manifested." And you're gonna be fucking salty because this person is gonna be the opposite of what you wanted, or they're gonna be exactly what you wanted, but they're gonna be far, far fucking away from you, or they're gonna be fucking sickly or some shit like that. And you're like, I know, I knew I shouldn't have stopped fucking doing this spell or these meditations or these visualizations, because you know that's the person. You know in your soul that's the person, but you stopped. You stopped. You stopped doing your spells. You stopped meditating. You even start doing some lower vibrational shit because you were like, you know what, fuck this shit out. Instead of that, I'll just get a car. Then if I get a car, then I can just, I don't have to manifest a person, which is harder than manifesting uh, an actual object, an inanimate object, or money. Okay, if you want that job, bro. You can get other jobs when you're trying to manifest this big ass good job. But when it hits you, when it comes to you, you're gonna know that that's what it is. If you're powerful enough, everything is always gonna come to you. And if you stop, it's gonna still come to you, but it's gonna be fucked up. Or you're gonna be attached to it when you see it, but it's gonna be something stopping you from getting it. That that shit hurts, bro. That shit hurts a lot, a lot, a definite amount of pain will be yours. So, if you're gonna do big ass $1 million spells, keep doing them. Be consistent until you get the thing, or the person, or the place. Whatever it is, keep doing it. If you're 5 years plus deep, then you probably know that don't ask the universe, don't fucking do any witchcraft, don't do anything like that unless you are ready to do this shit, even if it's every new moon, every full moon, and every Fridays. Every Fridays is pretty consistent, but you have to be consistent, man. Because I know when you manifest things, you know you did it. You know the universe gave it to you. Of course, it's not a coincidence, but you have to be consistent, number one. You have to be consistent because you know what's going to happen? You're going to have this image in your fucking head and you're going to be doing these spells and you're going to be every day, every day, every day obsessed. And then you turn down, now you want to do the spell once a week. Now you want to do the ritual once a month, only during the full moons. And then you're like, you know what? The full moon gave me some downloads. So let me do it every full moon, put my intentions in the new moon, and then pull it closer to me every full moon. And then it's like a year, you're like, fuck. I've been socializing, I've been working on myself, I've been improving my life, and I still don't have this woman. And then you get on Facebook and somebody slid in your DM, and this person lives in fucking England, and you're like, oh, this is the person what? I should have. And then they're gonna come fairly quickly after you stop doing it, after you void on the situation, after you let the universe process it and you don't even think about this person anymore, this person that you try to manifest. But as soon as you stop, give it like 2, 3 months. When you consciously tell yourself, okay, I'm not doing any more spells, visualizations, rituals for this perfect person. I'm done. Fuck it. As soon as you stop, 3 months, 6 months, they're gonna pop up out of nowhere, and they're gonna have fucking kids, or cancer, or some shit like that, or be an age that's not as appealing to you because you weren't consistent. And that's happened to me 3 times in a row trying to manifest a female. Maybe I should just go outside and stop being so fucking weird and actually talk to people. You're gonna say that to yourself, but then you're gonna be like, nah, this shit already worked low key. I could do it again, but I just gotta be consistent. And then that you're gonna use that person as motivation. You might even use their image again. Not again initially, because the person was clear in your mind, but you didn't know exactly. Because when I manifest people in my life, I don't visualize the face. I just have an idea of how I want their face to make me feel emotionally. And then when I see the person, I'm like, oh, bitch. I knew if I would have just gave it like another 6 months, you would have been it. And I would be somewhere totally different in about a year. But, that's just how it is. I think manifesting people is just as bad as fucking love spells. Because low key it is, but not really. I mean, manifesting engineers and producers and artists to work with, that's easy. But for somebody, for you to be intimate with, a friend even, that's hard. Because the heart will get in the fucking way. And the brain will fuck with your heart. And they go to war. Okay? But like I said, if you're gonna do it, stick to it. If the person that you want to manifest is a romantic partner, and they will significantly affect your life, I feel like when you do that shit, it's harder than just manifesting a couple friends. And okay, it's the Super Bowl. I'm gonna have like 5 really cool friends. 3 of them fucking know each other, and the other two, I just meet randomly, whatever. Because I want to have my birthday's coming up, and then I want to have a Super Bowl party. I want to be able to throw parties and shit. So that's easier, unless you're really like in need of people around you. Then it's gonna be harder. Okay, but I mean stuff like jobs, cars, computers, apartments, motherfucking TVs, material shit that you're like, I really don't give a fuck. If I had it, it'd be cool. I don't really watch TV like that right now, anyways. Shit like that, that's easy, bro. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be harder to connect with that emotionally, but you can fake that. You can fake the emotions. You can raise the energy. I, what I do is I raise the energies. I raise my vibration and I raise the energy so high. I don't need as much of a emotion, which I don't recommend that because when I manifest these things, easy come, easy go. So I don't have any emotional attachment, which I shouldn't have emotional attachment to material things. But sometimes they last a long time. Sometimes they come and they go, and it's no telling. If you put emotion into it, that's your thing, man. That's your thing. But I try to stray away from putting emotions into it because it's number one, it's easier to void and to not obsess over the shit, which pushes your spell back significantly. Obsessing over something. If you can obsess and then void, like if you're a fucking, I'm not even gonna use that word, but that's my whole thing. That's what I do. I raise the energy. I raise my vibration first. Then I raise energy outside of myself. Then I program the shit out of it for a good 10, 20 minutes. And then I direct it via visualization. And every time I visualize it, pretty much it raises my vibration and raises a lot of those energies quicker. And then I have to chant a little less, affirm a little less. And when I visualize, of course, my heart rate changes, my breathing changes, and I feel emotions later after I've already invested time in this visualization. That's just how I do it, man. A lot of people, the visualizations are supposed to make you feel emotions because you're gonna use all your senses. The first thing I do is what do I see? What do I smell? How do I what am I about to do? What did I just get finished doing? What do I hear? Is it warm or is it cold in this place? Why am I wearing this? What you know. And then when I connect all five of those emotions, then I feel the emotions. I mean, those senses, then I feel the emotions. After I analyze my environment, then I start walking around and asking all these questions. And then I take my third eye echolocation and I send out waves. I send out psychic sound waves. They're not really sound waves at all, but they're waves. Psychic echolocation, psycholocation. Mm, probably not. And I pretty much ping everything to see where everybody is. Just like the apartment that I'm manifesting right now for me and my son. I walk in the apartment. I see the people in there, and then I ping, and I'm like, where the fuck's my son? Okay, then I see his room, and I'm like, damn, he left blocks every motherfucking where. And I ask a person, where's so and so, and they're like, they're in the bathroom. And then I text somebody and I ask them how Jimmy's doing, and they're like, oh, he's cool, blah blah blah. I just picked him up from school, and the first thing I hear is a skillet. Then I inhale, then I ask the person what they're cooking, and then I ask that person where that person is. Then I ping to my son's room, and then I text Liz and I ask about Jimmy, and then I just all the rush of emotions involuntarily comes to me. So I mean, I gave you guys a little bit. If you are gonna start spirituality, don't motherfucking stop. Don't just abruptly stop. If you're gonna open your third eye, which I've been telling people, the first thing that you should do if you're sure, if you know that you're not gonna fucking turn back, and nothing's gonna fucking scare you, cause shit is gonna fuck with you. You're gonna get attacked. You already get attacked psychically every fucking day, and you don't even know it. If you're sure you're ready to get the shit scared out of you, if you're sure you're ready to experience, hey, some of that shit in horror movies really scared the fuck out of me when I was a little kid, because my soul knows that this is true, this is real. The leprechaun is really gonna be behind you when you turn on the lights and turn them off. That was my biggest fear, because I knew, a part of me knew, all of this shit's true. You're gonna see shit. Shit's gonna scare you, bro. You might end up in a loony bin. If I didn't, you might most likely won't. You might want to check your family's background on mental health first before you start fucking with your third eye. But I say the third eye you need to open first because that is the most extreme. If you the third eye and the solar plexus, because your solar plexus is a psychic chakra. A lot of people don't tell you that. You can use your solar plexus to see, just like it's a third eye. Motherfuckers don't tell you that though. All of your chakras have all of your chakras. That's why you can do certain things with them. They just happen to be in a certain part of your body, which gives them a predisposition to be useful in certain areas more than others. That gut feeling, that's your eye. That's the eye of your solar plexus. You can use it to see. Do it. Okay? But everybody says go from the top down, because once your chakras are all open, by the time you get to the root chakra, it'll be ready for a kundalini ascension. Your kundalini, that's up to you. But don't start with your kundalini because it might rise as soon as you start stimulating your root chakra, and then your other chakras aren't even open or they're blocked. There's some shit like that. I agree with that. But I say the third eye is the first thing you need to open, because if you're really serious, you need to be able to see. You need to be able to identify enemy attacks. You need to be able to look at your chakras and to see if there's seeds in them, if there's any attachments to them, if they're being attacked, if they're a fucked up color they're not supposed to be. Okay, when I first opened my third eye, it was blue. Not good. It wasn't even purple. Okay. When I got further into spirituality, my chakras were all white for like 2 or 3 years. That's a symbol for transformation. When you start with your third eye and you try to open certain other chakras, You're going to see figures. You're going to see. I'm. I'm not going to tell you, but if you meditate and Thoth wants to talk to you, he might appear. He might show you his image as an Egyptian god. You might be meditating and see purple butterflies. You might be meditating and look at your crown chakra and see a fountain of light or a tree growing out of your shit or a flower or a bed of flowers on top of your crown chakra. Okay, there's certain things you just need to be. You're opening your third eyes for maintenance and to make sure that you're not getting attacked and everything is healthy. That's what it's for. You're gonna be fucking tested. Some people don't go fucking schizophrenic. Some people don't see the shit I saw. When I first opened my third eye, I was scared as shit to blink for 3 days because I was seeing shit. Couldn't even close my eyes. The only way that I could, when I blinked, every time I blinked, I saw faces. I saw shit coming towards me, ghosts, spirits walking around. I was flipping the fuck out. I was just smoking weed. The weed didn't even make it worse. The weed made it better. The first day I was scared as fuck. The second day I was annoyed. The third day I was like, nothing. Then after I felt nothing, it went away. And then my granddad died. And I woke up because I projected, I guess I mentally projected because as he was dying, I was having breathing problems in my fucking dream and I woke up coughing and shit. And then my mom came in the room and told me he died of lung cancer downstairs in the bed in my aunt's bed. And I was like, "What? That was real what I was experiencing? That's fucking weird." Now I dream jump. Okay? I when I dream, I experience other people's lives or I jump in other people's dreams. Whatever the case is, yeah, so that's why you should open your third eye first because it's for maintenance, it's for keeping everything in line, making sure. And when you open your third eye and you realize that shit's real, it's too late. It's like smoking weed for the first time if you're a teenager. When I was a teenager, I was pretty green. I was very immature, fucking 15-year-old. I smoked that weed and I was like, it all makes sense. Why does anybody do anything they fucking do? Why do people clock in? Why do people give a fuck about death? Why are people afraid to get executed? That none of this makes sense. And I just a rush of this is bullshit. This fucking world is dumb anarchy time. That was like the end of my fucking innocence when I realized how fucked up the world was. I was like, oh my god, it's a fucking Indian little girl getting raped right now. As somebody in China selling their daughter for $20, they're drowning little babies over there and shit. It's people dying. Like that's the first thing I thought about was death. That's probably when I smoke weed. When I smoke weed I get so paranoid and dark and shit. I do get happy initially, but if I get too high, then it's not good. I start thinking about negative shit. I start having anxiety. I always think people are gonna call the police on me for whatever reason. I always think about my son dying and shit. All my anxieties. But, most likely it's because I'm not comfortable wherever I am. But then I put on music and I meditate a little bit, then all the shit that pops up, I can pretty much ignore it. But anyways, man, I gave you a lot of motherfucking information. So if you're gonna open your third eye, my nigga, take heed to my word. Think about the worst possible thing that you could ever see. Think about if you open your third eye and you look at your dog and he just starts speaking. How would that fucking affect your mental state? You could possibly go mentally ill. And what if you see the Grim Reaper? What if something just jumps out of you? What if you're just staring at the wall and something just boom, just jumps out of you and you get startled? Okay? You could have a nervous motherfucking breakdown. You could have a mental breakdown. You could have you could go mentally ill. You could be like the Joker and just be the motherfucker that just never stops fucking smiling and laughing. You could really fucking hurt yourself. Now, see, I'm not much better than I was when I was a teenager. So I already was pretty messed up as a kid. All right, so not much has changed for me. from smoking weed at 15 to doing all kinds of drugs. Every drug except for methamphetamine, heroin, and crack. And cocaine I hadn't tried yet at that point. From the 15 to 18 selling drugs and doing all kind of dumb shit. And then 18, February opening my third eye. And then meditating for a whole fucking year. And then actually opening the rest of my chakras. I didn't open the rest of my chakras consciously for a whole year after I opened my third eye, because I just thought I was the shit. I started opening my hand chakras after that. That was dumb, because I didn't have any fucking guidance. But yeah, that was the only three chakras I had open: third eye and my hand chakras, because I was making chi balls and side waves and shit like that. But it's real, bro. It's real, man. Opening your third eye is like ejaculating inside a woman that's not on her period and that doesn't have any motherfucking prophylactic action going on, and you don't know her, and she could be crazy or she could be the daughter of a millionaire. That's pretty much how it is, bro. And you know you just got her pregnant. That's another benefit too. When I got Liz pregnant, I knew. I knew it because a piece of my soul came out of my body. And I knew, and the guys told me, like, bro, what did you do? What did you... You dummy. You don't even know this bitch. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I knew exactly, because I busted nuts in her at previous times, multiple times before that. But the one, July 3rd, 2015, I knew. I knew it. I remember the exact sensation, and if it ever happens again, I will know. I'll know before she does. And then when I was in jail, I saw, I was meditating and I looked up and I saw a little kid riding a bike in a circle. I was like, oh my. And then what's the second day I got out? Yeah, she was pregnant. So that's good because you can see things coming and you'll get all kind of superpowers that are hella cool, depending on your soul type. Well, not your soul type, depending on who you are. I'm gonna stop using that word because that's some new age shit. But it's Aaron motherfucking Moses, man. I'm the bang, you the bang with a bang. Be smart, bro. It's not hard, it's just boring sometimes. Alright? Be good to the universe will certainly return the favor. Be good to the bang will be good to you, man. Peace. Let's battle again.